Welcome to my channel. Before starting, I'd like to let you know that why I have started this Top Interview 150 Problems series. I have found that these problems, there are thousands of problems on LeetCode. But how do we know that we are preparing the right way? So these LeetCode problems, they cover almost all 20 coding patterns, and based on these patterns, if we know the pattern, we would be able to, it is easy for us to solve the problems the right way. And they cover all the code, all the data structures and algorithms as well. So if we start with this, we will be able to be confident enough to face interviews and solve problems on our own on LeetCode. So before wasting time, let's just understand what the today's problem says. Okay. Longest common prefix. It says that an array of string. So in the array of strings, we have to find the common pattern, the common prefix. So if we you see we have flower, flow and flight. In this, the common ones, common set of letters are F, 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 then L, L, L. So these are the common set, and O is common in these two, but not here. So we just have to return, we have to omit I and O, and we have to return FL. Okay. And similarly, for the second example, if you see, we have this as this set of strings in the example. Also, I like to say one thing, that if I am going fast or I am going slow, I don't know what speed you want or set of easy problems you want me to solve, or medium or difficult, please let me know in the comment section. So in this case, if there is no pattern, then we would return just a simple string, like an empty string. Let's quickly jump to the solution. This first brute force approach that comes into our head here is that we can choose a we can choose the current prefix. We can take the first word, and then we can start working on it. So this is a brute force one, where we will take the first letter and try to match every letter. And whenever we found if there is a mismatch, then we keep on shrinking the prefix. So this is something like a brute force approach, and this is going to take a bigger time complexity, and we don't prefer this problem, we don't prefer this approach. You can try this on your own. Okay, now let's jump to the optimal solution. Going to use the pattern sorting. Okay, so here we are going to first sort the array. Let me first sort the array, and I'll tell you why we are doing this. So the sorted array would look like flight, flow and flower. Here we are sorting because the if you see the first, and we are only going to use, we are sorting because we are only going to use the first and last element of this sorted set of strings. The reason behind it like think of it like a dictionary, where car and cat, suppose like car and cat, there are three letters: car, cat and dog. So car and cat are at similar places, like at nearby places, and car and dog are like different, so they are at farther places. So the similar, so we the like the most different said the most different word is going to be at the end only, like they are the most different word are going to be at the farthest point. Okay, so now we don't have to do anything, we just have to compare these two strings and we will come to the solution. Let's quickly see how this is going to work. After we have recognized, like we have this as first element, we have this as a last element. Now we will just have to maintain a prefix. There's some pen issue. Okay, so this would look like something like this: F L I G H T, and then we will have other string like F L O W E R. We will simply iterate over both of these elements, but at the same time the iteration would only be equivalent to either length of either of these string. If any of the string length gets exhausted, then we will immediately stop. Now you see, we have F. At first we have F and F, zeroth index of these strings. We have F and F matching, right? So this is going to be part of the prefix. Now second one, now we will move towards the second index, and we will see this L and the other L. They both are matching. Okay, flower and flow. So now this is L is going to get concatenated. Okay, so this is how we are going to move ahead. If you get any doubt while I'll solving this, please write below in the comment section. And also I would recommend all of you, while I am doing and I am doing this simulation, please take pen and paper. Don't just sit like that. Please take pen and paper and start doing. Make this as interactive as you can, so that you also get it and this fits in your head. Okay, and if you do it, if you do simulation on your own, you will be confident enough to do it in the interview as well. I am teaching like in a simulated way because interviewer want the solution just like this. I have given many interviews and they want the simulation. They just don't want pen and paper. And i am I am every time I come and teach, I do all of the approaches. In the interview as well, you have to do all of the approaches and then give the optimal solution. You have to think like a coder. You have to tell the pattern, that you have to come to the pattern. You have to come to first do the brute force and then do the optimization. Don't just jump to the optimization and other people feel that you have mugged up the code. Okay, so you see in the third thing, I and 0, I and O, they don't match. So this here only we will stop, we will break the loop and we will just simply return. Okay, this is a very easy problem. I hope you try on your own, and this way we do. But see, there are some corner cases as well I would like to discuss. In some scenario there would be an array where we will simply have this. In that case as well, we simply have to return this. And in some cases we will be given this as well, where there are two empty strings. In that case, we will see how we are going to we are going to check. We are going to keep a check on these test cases as well. Okay, and there would be simply one letter string. In that case as well, how we are going to proceed, I will tell you. Let's quickly jump to the code. Also, since we are doing it in a one pass, the time complexity is going to be big O of n. What I did, initially I sorted the array, but before that let me just compute the length of the array. First I sorted the array. So simply in JavaScript, if we do like this, if you are doing it in any other language, please follow your language procedure. But yeah, in JavaScript we do this. I took first string first. And also I am, if you have noticed, I am not using any JavaScript inbuilt functions, because we don't, interviewer don't want you to write inbuilt functions. They want you to work on proper algorithms, proper patterns, not simply some inbuilt functions. Don't use them. Show them that you are able to do the algorithms and code it. And also I took the prefix as simply empty strings. Okay, then for let I equals to 0, I less than, what I told, you don't have to, this is a very important point, don't take this lightly. Okay, that let me write it somewhere. So the index is going to be length of the string. The index is going to iterate till the length of any string, not the length of the array. This is an important point to remember while solving this problem. So we have to move from let I has to be less than length of the first string. And so if any of these breaks, any of the condition does not match, then we have to break this loop. So and work like this. If like this and means that if any of the if my I is not fulfilling the any of this condition, like if any of the I length of the I exceeds any of the length of the array, then we simply have to break the loop. If first of I is equals to second of I. I'm writing this slow so that you can also code along, but please do it on your own as well. Don't just follow the solution only. Please code along with me. Don't sit idle. Else you have to break. Okay, break this loop. Now you see we will simply return this prefix. But see, if you remember, I have also told you the cases. So if you discuss the corner cases, now you tell interviewer that you know that these corner cases. So I have done some mistake. Let me check what I have done. I should be less than, no, it is not second, it is last. Okay. Yeah, so the interviewer, if you tell interviewer that you know you have, if you tell the interviewer that you are also you have also kept in mind some corner cases, in that case as well, interviewer is going to get impressed by you. Everywhere I have done some typo, man. Yeah, so the solution is accepted, and the solution, if I try to submit, it may get submitted. Let's see. I have talked about some corner cases as well, which we have to keep in mind. So this is already accepted, but so let's see how do we quote those corner cases. So if length of the given string is less than equals to 1, then we simply return strs of 0, strings of 0, because in that case, suppose if we have length has less than or equals to 1, in that case here we have this only, like in this case or in this case we simply have to return these strings. So in this case we simply return first string. And also in the case where I told you, in such cases we simply have to check whether the length of the first of length is not is equals to 0, or length of last is equals to 0. In that case we return what, we return this empty string. It's right. So this is accepted, and this is submitted as well. So this is how we do. Let's quickly see how we do. Let's quickly take a look. We simply have to sort the array. We have to take the first and last string, and we just have to compare. And we don't have to compare from the length of the given string, which I told you that is a very important point. We have to take the length of the individual strings. Also, there is one thing that I have solved this problem. Longest common prefix problem is a very, very, very important problem. Don't underestimate this problem. This problem can be done using binary search or try, but like this is the initial of my coding channel, so I don't want to keep things so hard. So I will explain this concept later, and I'll know that what kind of videos you want. Thank you. Keep learning, keep coding.